Okay, meeting minutes from the regular meeting of March 17th.
That's good to me.
I have a motion answered, so I'll second it.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. And we have some guests today. We have our Girl Scout Gold Award recipients, Nicole Kovach and Rachel Sauter. You guys want to just stand up and tell everybody briefly what your projects entailed for your Gold Award?
My project, I built a dog agility course for the Geauga County Dog Warden. So I built like different obstacles that the dogs can go through and stuff, because the dog warden isn't governmentally funded like the other dog shelter is. So I was able to build the agility course so that now they can play, they can go through the obstacles and stuff, and exercise and have fun. So that's it.
Thank you.
And for my project, I organized and created the Kenston Arboretums on the Kenston campus. I identified and marked trees all around the schools and then created a brochure showing their locations and identifications for use by classrooms and students and teachers and by the community.
Great. I've heard about that project, actually, outside of Scouts, and how appreciated it is. Yep.
Thank you both.
And the Gold Awards are the highest awards that can be bestowed on the Girl Scouts. In honor of that, we have a proclamation for each of the girls. And I'll read them each individually. Proclamation, whereas on February 24th, 2014, Girl Scout Rachel Sauter from Troop 1969 was recognized by the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio Council for successfully completing all requirements for Scouting's highest rank, the Gold Award. And whereas the purpose of the Girl Scouts of America is to inspire girls with the ideals and character, conduct, patriotism, and service that they may become happy and resourceful citizens. And whereas we are gathered here on this occasion as friends, family, and members of the Scouting community, to support Rachel on her Gold Award achievement and to recognize the faithful and steady path taken with the Scouting organization. And whereas we commend Rachel for creating an arboretum on the Kenston campus, completing the walking trail encompassing 47 distinctive trees with identifying plaques, and a weatherproof brochure box that provides a map and information for each marked site. Now, therefore, we, the trustees of Auburn Township, do hereby recognize and congratulate Rachel Sauter for her Gold Award achievement and acknowledgement that you are an asset to the community.
And she gets a little plaque, a little frame for it. Okay. Nicole, whereas on February 24th, 2014, Girl Scout Nicole Kovach from Troop 1969 was recognized by Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio Council for successfully completing all requirements for Scouting's highest rank, the Gold Award. Whereas the purpose of the Girl Scouts is to inspire girls with the ideals of character, conduct, patriotism, and service that they may become happy and resourceful citizens. And whereas we are gathered here on this occasion as friends, family, and members of the Scouting community to support Nicole on her Gold Award achievement and to recognize the faithful and steady path taken within the Scouting organization. And whereas we commend Nicole for creating a dog agility course at the Geauga County Dog Shelter, complete with a dog tunnel, 2 bar jumps, weave poles, and an A-frame and dog ladder. Now therefore, we, the trustees of Auburn Township, do hereby recognize and congratulate Nicole Kovach for a Gold Award achievement and acknowledge that you are an asset to the community.
And we also have, as I mentioned before, cookies and milk in celebration. Anybody at any time, feel free to go up and take them through the course of the meeting.
Mike, can I get the girls to come up here and get a picture for Nancy?
Sure.
Yes.
Let you ladies go down there.
Here, get your plaques and you can hold them up.
Let's see, that's Nicole.
Where should I stand?
Just stand, I don't know.
I don't.
Behind the trustee.
Go down there by Fred.
Yeah.
Watch her over a little bit. There you go. Okay, you ready? Say cheese. One more. John, I gotta get you in there. Oh, Nancy yelling at me.
Yeah,
Cool.
You want to get one with the chairman, too?
There you go.
Why don't you just stand behind me?
Girls, just
I'll stand behind
you can throw this away.
Cool.
Oh, wait. Mom photos.
Oh, Mom's photos.
All right, now smile.
Keys.
Somebody's not smiling. There we go.
It hurts.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you very much.
So we have. Okay. And we also have with us a Boy Scout, Ian Eshelman, who is coming to propose which we discussed in the past, a project for his Eagle Scout community project. You want to come up and explain what you got going?
In my project, I'm doing a bridge in the Auburn Park. It's going to be part of the trail. So I went back to the site last fall, and you guys were there, doing the intro thing in the park. Took a couple of measurements. So the general ballpark length of the bridge is going to be pretty much around 20 feet. So I have a cost estimate.
Just a second, I'll look at the office. I don't know why.
You guys want to take a look at that? So that's before fundraising, so that's going to go down a lot. And I know the township had set aside some money to fund the bridges, so I guess would the township be willing to cover anything that I wasn't able to raise for that?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So for fundraising, I was going to plan on sending letters to local businesses and asking for donations and discounts from the places we get the materials from. So the only thing I have left to do is I couldn't get a hold of Mr. Parker, so I need to talk to him about finer details of making the bridge. Or unless there's somebody else you want me to talk to.
He's the man.
He's the man? Alright. So I guess I just need final approval. I need you guys to sign off on it. I already got the Scoutmaster and the Eagle Project coordinator for the council to sign off on it.
Okay. You got something you need to sign? Just
Alright, you
sign it
guys
right
are
now.
the last people.
When are you going to plan to do this, Ian?
I was trying to get it started on it immediately. I need to gather the materials first.
Okay. You also need to work with Mr. Gordon here, he's the road superintendent.
Alright.
John, I know he's tried to get a hold of Mr. Dave several times. I don't know if there's a better way to contact him.
Today's the 7th.
Yeah, I think we have his number. What we'll do is we'll contact.
I gave him his cell phone number, yeah, so.
Okay.
I'll probably be talking to him here this week, so I'll tell him that we're trying to get this kicked off.
We need one trustee signature, right?
Yep.
How many places though? Just one place?
Okay. There you go.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ian.
Forward to getting that going.
Okay. All right. Now, before we go on to regular business, anybody with young children who have to get them to bed and have to go to school, now's your chance to bail out.
Thank you.
Thank you. And grab some cookies and milk for your midnight snack. Thank you. Congratulations.
Nice project.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
Okay, and we're going to go a little bit out of order here.
Just
And
get home and get to bed too.
hopefully we can get somebody else to go to bed who's been out all day long. Do you want to go over the
Well, we should have
resolution?
a couple of resolutions here.
Resolutions there for the roads.
2014-08, which should be the resolution to order the chip seal for various township roads. And then 1407, which is to order the improvement of various asphalt roads. These things are out on the street.
No.
It's been advertised that they're going to go out.
Only internally.
Yeah.
I mean, if the board moves to pass the resolutions and approve the plans, then tomorrow we'll send legal notices to the paper, and they'll go in the newspaper on Thursday, April 10th.
Emmerich been working very closely with the engineer's office, and I know Emmerich and I both had a little meeting up there, and I think we discussed this at length in a presentation.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2014-07. That's a resolution to order the resurfacing of various roads.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. All right, and then we've got
You want them to sign on the original contract?
Correct. We'll use that as the original.
One for us, one for you?
Those are the two different
There's two
projects.
different ones.
Okay, and then a motion to approve resolution 2014-08, and it's a resolution to order the chip seal of various roads.
Make the motion?
I make a
I'll
motion.
second it.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay. Alright, so we signed a gazillion sheets, take what you need.
I just need one copy of each of the resolutions to take with me. As I mentioned, we'll send the legal notice to the newspaper in the morning to go in Thursday's paper, and we have the bid opening scheduled for April 28th. Plans received here at 4 p.m., opened at 7 and 7:10 for the two different projects.
Yeah, and as long as we're talking about that right now, let's go ahead and set up that special meeting for the 28th.
Okay. Yeah, so we will be setting up then, Fred, we'll have to advertise, we have to have a special meeting on April 28th at 7 p.m. For the bid openings for the asphalt projects and the chip seal projects.
You want that by motion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make the motion that we're going to do that.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Where we need to get you on here too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay. Brad, you want to give how much copies he needs? Because we didn't have enough, and we had a lot of them.
Sometimes I just sign one and make copies, and sometimes make one for everybody. And sign them all.
Take a second for me to make some copies. You want to...
You need multiple copies, don't you?
I'm seeing just the two... Oh, no, this is this. Okay, yeah, you have two of this.
Give me 2 copies ready.
Yeah. Can you get us a copy of the contract back?
Yeah.
Email it back to us.
There weren't. I thought there were signed covers. Oh, I don't
Yeah, we
know.
signed
My signature isn't on it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll scan it. All set then?
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys. Have a nice evening.
You too. Yeah, Shane took the rest of the night off.
See you in a few weeks.
All right.
No, bother me before that. Okay.
All right, then we have scheduled reports. Brad Kiko, zoning inspector.
Okay, so I have a copy of March's activity process 13 or 11 applications or requests. 3 of them were commercial subleases or changed uses, and that involves the landscaper here at West Oak Tire, the animal massage palace down there, and the new photography. Actually, the new photographer going in the same place another a previous photographer was in, across the patio there in that location. And we had one more application for a new home, so for the first 3 months we're now at 4 new homes for the township, which is a pretty good start on new homes, especially with the rough winter the way it was. We hosted the county zoning inspectors meeting. We had 9 townships here. Right from the prosecutor's office, and we had a good roundtable discussion. Good meeting, and we would have had 2 more people, but because of the inclement weather the night we had it, for our counties up in the northeast decided they weren't going to trek all the way down here in the bad weather, and then Russell, which usually comes, they were stranded in Philadelphia, so they couldn't. But it was really, I thought it went real well, and Munson will be hosting the next one. I believe it's the end of this month. we'll have Mr. Dietrich will be there. And the gentleman, well, Tracy Jennison, that organization that he represents, is also going to make a presentation to us about how we can look at the new businesses and everything, how, it might affect some. It'll be interesting. Yeah, right. And then also, I think we're going to have a representative from the building department as well. As usual, this time of year is numerous soil and water issues we've been dealing with, and of course the one you gentlemen were made aware of during the last month, that has all been taken care of, even though we were not officially ever notified until the night that we received that letter from the resident. It has all been addressed and taken care of. But, that's about it. Oh, you may be, and Henrik as well, the three of you and Henrik may be contacted by representatives from Shelley as far as getting some help with what they're wanting to do to expedite what they want to do, but the answer is no. Well,
as long as we know the answer up front.
Well,
right?
Let me explain the issues. They came to me, I actually had 2 meetings with them. They came to me with a drawing that involves 2 properties on Hershey Drive to put a 22-foot high mound, a sound barrier, and did a Category 2 wetlands. And I said, wait a minute, you can't work in Category 2 wetlands without an Army Corps of Engineers permit or Army Corps of Engineers approval, at least. So, I'm just saying, they may contact you because I think that was a big red flag. Because they want to go boom, 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 and that may take them some time. They said they want to do what's right, but I'm just
so these are going to be spoils for this project?
Yeah. And they also are looking for someplace to create a temporary concrete crushing facility.
Temporary concrete crushing. Do you need water and everything for that?
It makes a lot of noise.
Bring in trucks and sawing trailers.
And I told the one representative, because they wanted to do it in our B4 district, and I said I didn't think that was a good idea. That doesn't mean zoning. You'd have to go for variance. I said it would be better suited to go up on Monroe in our industrial area. I suggested Montana gravel, even though they're in the process of restoration. I haven't heard any more. So. But they may contact you because I think they thought we were just going to give them a stamp. And I can understand why they want the 22-foot high mound, but at the same time, our zoning doesn't allow that without modifications. And I have some real concerns because the 2 residents that are involved, their septic drains, and the whole subdivision drains down there into that wetland area. And, so I think we've got to be real cautious that erosion, sediment, and control is all controlled, plus when the project is all done, the water goes where it's supposed to go.
And you have 2 cross culvert pipes that go in that direction also.
Right.
One to the pond and then one like through the yards directly.
Right. I suggested that they talk to you as well, but it does involve 2 properties and possibly some changes on the existing mound that's abuts the pond. Well, you may get some calls. Heads up. I'm not saying they can't do it, but they got to go through the proper channel.
Sure. Thank you, Frank. Any additional questions for Frank? Emmerich.
Okay, Auburn Township Road Department report for March 2014. There were 7 weather events that required 11 rounds of plowing and de-icing. Salt receipts for the month total 400 tons. Total salt usage for the month was 298 tons, and currently we have approximately 250 in the dome. I gave you guys a printout there of the yearly salt average now and the monthly usage since we've been tracking this. And you can see where we're at. We were about 23% higher this year than our highest year in salt usage, but still our average use remains under 1,800 tons, which is our allocated amount. I think we're at 1,731 for the new average for the year. And our 1,800 ton allocation should cover that.
So we have 250 in the bin. How much do we have left on our...
On the allocation, if I do the 20% over, we'll be able to get our dome filled with the 1,800 ton.
Good.
Cold patching was done on several days with 5 tons of material used. I did purchase some new material from a different company that we're trying out. It was actually delivered to my shop for the same price as us going downtown to pick it up. The material is performing just like it should. It is a winter mix, which is a looser mix, and which is what we like to use in the cold weather. The Christmas trees were taken to TRC to be recycled into mulch. We do that every year. These are recycled. We did pick up the remaining components of the baseball backstop for the Auburn Community Park, and I did meet with Buckeye Excavating to talk about expansion of the parking area. I think you guys have something up here from him today. Adam Hall, PJ, we did do the filters like we do twice a year. Fall and spring, those are done. There's no smell or anything indicating.
I didn't hear any complaints this time.
Yeah,
so usually
we're doing them twice a year now. So, and they look good when we took them out. I didn't have as much of the black.
Lots of times they give us a reminder that it's time up there.
Oh yes, Truck 19 was taking a lake truck for fuel injector replacement, and Truck 16 taken to Judco for the retrofitting of the dump bed hoist cylinder, which we did have flip around, and they put the strongest part on the bottom. It was a rough year for the trucks. Everybody experienced the same thing we did. A lot of rough road out there to drive on. We had no internments for the month in the cemetery, and we do have 2 outstanding footers. And that's all I have, guys.
Any questions for Emmer? Thank you, Emmer.
Just to leave your written report.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I think I emailed it to me. So I'll give it.
All right. Yeah. Just email me. Yeah, sure.
The transcript of this report, write down everything we say. All right. And, okay. Reports, Mr. Everly.
Just a couple things. We did put together a crack seal bid, as we have. No changes in the products or anything like that, but we put that in. We've got a few more roads that we tried to add into there. As you know, this was cold weather was very hard on everybody's roads, and we've done a lot of. We've done a fair amount of pothole filling, and but not as many as we did in some past years. So we're not too disappointed in that. The other thing we wanted to do, as we always do every we put out, was the asphalt. We put it out for bid, which is asphalt to do all the patching, and that's where we go out and we end up taking the price from the most advantageous one. You could get 5, you take the most advantageous ones. So that's pretty much what we have going there. We do have done a little bit of ditching, and we haven't had any major water issues, I don't think. I mean, just a couple little blockages here and there, so I think we're doing pretty well. So it's nice to be able to go out and with that reach on the backhoe. And
I did have over the course of the winter the people plowing the snow into the ditch in front of their culvert pipes, freezing up solid, which redirected the water into the road. I did have three of those. 3 of those where the water was actually captured on the road and created a dangerous situation with the ice. We did go down. I believe it was 0 degrees or -8. We went out ditching the 1 day or 2 days and opened those up and got them flowing to take care of that condition. But I'd like to alert everybody, don't push the snow into the ditch. That's the worst thing you can do for your plow drivers.
Yeah, you need to plow the snow back up your driveway and drop it on your property, not on the road right-of-ways. We have a couple habitual violators of that. But other than that, I think we're doing well with the roads.
Okay. So do we...
Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up is obviously the sad passing of Jim Hewis. And Jim was a long-term employee. He was a great employee. It was he and Emmerich pretty much started together and logged a lot of hours together. And of course, Jim was very instrumental in helping us put the road department back together back after we had to reorganize it. And
so Jim were the only employees there for a period of time.
Right. So there's going to be a little service on Saturday over at Adam Hall. Emmerich, you familiar with the times?
Oh, it's 1 to 2 for the service.
1 to 2 for the service.
There's then 2 o'clock service, and then after that there'll be some food there and refreshments.
So.
Yes. I've got a copy of his obituary here. A notice if anybody needs a copy or wants to see that, it'll be available here.
That's all I have.
Yep. Thank you for mentioning that. I have a couple things, but they're on the agenda, so I'm going to pass on those. I see Jones here from the Valley Times. Just wanted to mention that I think we do this every year, that we're looking for anyone willing to volunteer any of their help for Memorial Day services for the ceremony this year. We've started got the file out and sending the requisite letters. We're going to ask across the road here, Ken? Pastor Ron. Of course, Charles Brown left up here.
Right.
So, we were thinking about maybe asking Pastor Ron if he was available that morning to do the invocations.
How's the date work out for the school anyway? Are they out or? Yeah.
The music thing worked fine last year. Those kids were talented last year, and that I don't think we missed a whole lot that way.
Yeah, they did a good job.
That was actually our first contact, was Jeff up there. So, once again, anyone willing to volunteer or help out in the organization of pulling that together, appreciate it. And like I said, the rest of my stuff is on the agenda, so we'll get to it then.
Okay, Fred?
I don't have too much to report. We've got revenues are flowing in. Tax advances, we're probably at about 50% of our revenue budgets, and that's good. I have in front of you guys a payment listing of warrants 1569 through 1591 in the amount of $31,484.04. And that is all I have.
Okay, Fred. All right. I had some information I gave I had 2 meetings with the Health Department Advisory Council, and the initial meeting was
It was the day we met here.
That's the day we met.
Third, maybe the 3rd or something.
May 3rd, right. And then we had an additional meeting where we were actually going to vote. I think it was like about the middle of the month. Unfortunately, we did not have enough people for a quorum. So what they're going to be doing is having a meet at 6:15 at the OTA dinner and vote at that point in time. So if we get there a little early, that would be helpful. And also, I'm sure I'll let John expound on this, but thanks that Nick Tomaselli, who, if anybody read the story, he rescued a boxer from Beartown Lakes, and he's been hospitalized for, a week now?
Yeah, it happened last Sunday, 8 o'clock. We were called down there for a dog that had been through the ice. And when they got down there, they had to run literally almost 400 feet to get to an area that's closest to the dog, and then chop through ice to get out to the dog about 200 feet out. So they're exhausted by the time they got to the shoreline, and even more exhausted by the time they were able to bring the dog in. I'm very proud of what they did. Anybody has an animal, they're like family, and that's how these folks felt about their dog. The dog was literally on its last breath when they got to it. They didn't think it was going to come back up, but it did for one more time, and Nick was able to grab it. He got a little bit of water in his suit, which lowered the temperature of his suit, and we transported for hypothermia. He's been in the hospital just monitoring blood levels so when you get hypothermia, you develop carotene, and carotenes are bad for the kidneys. So they were concerned about that, and they wanted to flush him out, make sure it was out of his blood completely, which he did get out last night. So he's doing well. But family's out to the station at our Thursday night meeting, and brought the dog with them, and this is one of the success stories of a very happy dog. Pass that around. So that's one of those good stories. Unfortunately, Nick spent a little time in the hospital, but when we talked about it, I asked him, would you do it again? And he said, I would. So I'm very proud of our men and women at the fire department. Great job on their part.
Certainly appreciate everything he did. And
risky business, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep rolling here then. Old business. Township flower beds.
Yeah.
We got some bids on that.
We developed not necessarily a set of specifications, but a request for proposal. Because the contractor that had been doing it was, they came out with close to a 25-30% increase this year, which seemed kind of big. So, like I said, we drew up an RFP, and we got a lot of response. 7 of them? 8 of them.
8.
And a pretty widespread of costs there, too. Previous contractor bid our cemetery maintenance, or lawn maintenance people also bid as well, according to our to our proposal. And they came in lowest by a pretty fair amount. We're familiar with them.
Well, they're the lowest bid, and we're familiar with their work, and they've been doing
And they're from Auburn.
probably the best from Auburn, and the best job we've had for lawn maintenance since I've been on the board.
Oh, the lawn, they've done an excellent job with State Amr.
I think those two factors alone that would warrant make a motion to.
Yeah, well, before that, I'd like to thank everyone that did take the time to fill out, to respond to our request, and we hope to make the right decision here and keep these beds looking good. So.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to hire JFD Landscapes to do the maintenance on our beds for the 2014 for an annual cost of $4,385.67.
And I'll second that. I'd like to add that that's approximately $600 less than we paid last year.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes. Okay. You want to take care of that?
Yeah, we had a quote at the last meeting, Mike, from Radix to do 5 separate applications of fertilizer and lawn care, chemical lawn care up at the at the park on what is about 7 acres we got grass right now. We were a little confused the way it came down, the way the original thing came. Stopped in one Friday morning here. Mike Ludwig was in the office, and we said, let's do this right now. So we called him, we got the boss and everything, and such as the first application, half a pound of N nitrogen, plus pre-M crabgrass, I suppose. We weren't sure exactly what they were applying. Well, that, I guess the way the industry operates, that's a half a pound of nitrogen actual per 1,000 square feet, which doesn't say that anywhere on here, but we found that out when we called. So, John, you were saying, we all thought maybe this looked a little high. No, we did when it came in, so we thought, let's research it. So anyway, what they're doing at that half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, and I guess we've got 200. I made Mike do all the calculator work. We have 284,000 square feet, which means that we're putting down 142 pounds of actual, which means we're buying about 1,100 pounds plus about a half a ton, more than a half a ton fertilizer for the application cost of $945 per application. That's not bad. We didn't know what exactly where they were putting on, so now we know, and it seems pretty fair, and I think
that's a big hunk of land to fertilize.
Yeah, it is, but like I said, when you get a quote like that, it's confusing to a guy that works by acre or square feet. So, having done that little bit of research there, I would make a motion that we accept this proposal now from Radix for the 5 applications through the year at a cost of $47.25.
I'll second that motion.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, we just need one signature here then.
I think we ought to get 2.
I thought this would be theirs. Is that their signature?
Yeah, I'd get 2 over here.
No problem. No carbon there, so we signed up for those. Okay. New business, John took care of the first 2 there, the resolutions. And you took care of the next 2, those are going out. For the asphalt and crack seal. We need a motion on those, John, or?
I think we've already, I don't think so. It's a yearly thing to do, unless you want it.
Yes, correct. Motion?
It's up to you guys.
For which ones? The road resurfacing?
Crack seal.
For sending out the bids. We need a motion to send out the bids. We need a motion to accept the bids.
Yeah, you can put a motion on that.
Okay, I'll move to send out or advertise for bids for the crack seal of various roads in Auburn Township.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes. And make a motion to send out a bid for the furnishing of asphalt and concrete products.
Second.
PJ, was that your second?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yep.
And Mike?
Yep. Okay. And do you want to go over the parking lot? Yes.
Okay, yeah, we do have a quote from, I'm just looking at it here, so.
Right.
Alright, from Buckeye Excavating. Of course, last year we did a kind of a preliminary parking area up there at the park to in order to unload trucks and do what we needed to do to get the building up and get started. And this would expand it northward 100 feet, approximately 10,500 square feet. Going to put down base material and top it with 304. And he's going to propose the material and labor. And we have a cost of $15,100. It's from Buckeye Excavating. So, any discussion on that?
No, we're just moving forward with where we have to be. How many parking spaces will we total that? Would that give us?
So basically, it'd be 2/3 of the 180 car lot that we originally. So we get about 120 in theory, since it's not marked.
Right.
All depends on people decide to park.
But it certainly is necessary to get that in. And I think the original section, which was 1/3 of this, was the same as this. It was about 18,000. It was part of the driveway extends into this section we're doing now, so you're not having to redo that.
Okay.
So I think it's very solid proposal. He did an excellent job. The drainage is all handled with. It's nothing different than what we've had for the last since we put the road in. So I think it should be no issues at all.
Okay. Motion?
Yep, that's my motion.
Second?
PJ?
Yes.
And
Yes. Resolution 2014-09, authorizing the Geauga County Auditor to assign house numbers and street addresses in Auburn Township.
I guess they're giving us the option to assign those numbers, which
I'd just as soon pass on
I
that.
would like to pass on
that. I don't see us wanting to get involved in that. Do you, Mark? We've never done that. The engineers have done that historically, and
The engineers have given that now.
They've
palmed it off in the auditor's office.
Well,
The auditor's office trying to palm it
to
off.
say either the auditor or the township could do it, but to be very honest with you, I'm in favor of just let the auditor do that.
I would agree. When you were here, I think, was it somewhere 5-10 years ago when they renumbered a bunch of houses? You remember that?
Right.
And we had some rather upset residents because they had to change all their billing addresses.
They had that address for years and years and years, right? Yeah.
Because, they line everything up on a grid north, south, east, west, and the numbers didn't match. So after 15 years of living where they were living or whatever, they gave them a new house number. I'd be real happy to.
Okay, so just to make this clear, we have Resolution 2014-09, resolution of the Board of Trustees of Auburn Township authorizing the Geauga County Auditor to assign house numbers and street addresses within Auburn Township, Geauga County. So I'll make a motion to accept Resolution 2014-09. A second?
John's got a second there.
Got a second?
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
And
There you go. Okay. Did we get a response back from Bridie?
Not prevailing. Non-prevailing.
Non-prevailing? Okay. Okay. And we have the updated copy of the bid for the generator project.
So she gave you copies of that?
Oh, well, I have a copy of the bid, but I don't have the revised one for the with the non-prevailing wage put in.
Oh, she didn't send that to me yet, because she just found out this afternoon from Brian.
Okay.
So.
Red line, that's a non-prevailing wage. Do you know where that's at?
Second page, yeah. So it was down towards the bottom. I got it highlighted right there by your finger.
Okay, so that's what. So everything basically, we're just going to be crossing this off. So everything else is good to go then. Okay, and this is a bid that we'll be sending out, or would like to send out. Two projects involved. One's going to be the purchase and installation of 150 kilowatt, 120-208 volt, three-phase Cummins Onan or Kohler natural gas generator, and a 600 amp exterior automatic transfer switch at the Auburn Fire Station. And then project 2 is going to be the relocation of the existing 60 kilowatt 120-208 three-phase Cummins Bridgeway natural gas generator with the 200 amp automatic transfer switch from the fire department to the service garage. Okay, and we'd like to have this bid sent out, published April 10th and April 17th, with the bid deadlines at 4 o'clock on April 28th and bid opening 7:15 April 28th.
The night of that special meeting, yeah.
So I will make a motion to...
One question.
Yes.
This is to be paid from township's portion of the fire levy fund? Or the...
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And then actually the portion where...
Well, the road and bridge will pick up
the transfer of
the installation at the road garage.
Right. And we discussed a purchase price on that.
Yeah, about 2,000, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable for the cost of the generator.
I think it only makes sense because it's going to save you a bunch of money down at the road garage.
Yeah, that's
generators.
John, we've worked on this before. We improved that road three times over. We did a little bit from the road fund and a little bit from the fire fund. Just it's just a
unless you don't
housekeeping thing. Here is the reason I'm asking.
You don't need one, but you don't want one.
The last storm that we had power outages all over the place. I watched them struggle trying to get their equipment out of the doors and everything. And one of our big things is, during a storm condition, you try to open up the roadways. Right. And that's what the road department does a great job, but they need to be able to get the equipment out right away and get out there and clear up the obstacles, which is difficult with no power.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, so this project is it's kind of a win-win. Any questions? Not only the motion that we send out the bid package.
Second.
John?
Yes.
DJ?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes. Okay, I'm going to give this copy to Nancy so she can get the...
Sure.
Just have her do that.
Give it to Fred.
Yeah, just give that to Nancy. She can get a little change. It's right on the second page.
This part says prevailing wage, non-prevailing wage job.
Okay. And we have roadside litter pickup day, Saturday, April 26th, 8 a.m. to noon. We'll have our invitations going out to the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Eagle Scouts. All right. Mr. Emily and I will probably be cooking hot dogs that day, even if we have to wheel them up to the grill. And again, we already discussed the special meeting on April 28th for the bid openings. We did get a scrap tire grant award, $1,996, which we will use to set tires on our large item drop-off day. And that's going to be first Saturday in June, correct?
Mm-hmm. Might be the 6th, it looks like, maybe, huh, this year? Probably.
Yeah.
7th?
6th.
In regards to that large item, we're having senior citizen pickup. We've allotted 2 days for that. If you want to be on that pickup, you need to call the Department on Aging and get scheduled, not the township. We need to call the Department of Aging, and they will schedule you. And it's a very full schedule that we have, so we don't have a whole lot of extra time. We got 2 full days there.
Okay. And one
I
last
think we
thing.
picked up over 100, didn't we?
That's what we did.
Alright, well, we had a Christmas tree, the recycling grant, we received $208.89. And anybody have a good place to put that?
I would say you were the land acquisition fund.
Yeah, on this one, don't we normally put that into back into the road since?
I think we did.
Because
They did some of the labor.
Well, it's
there.
because it's their labor. That's what it's paying for. So
Okay.
I think we
let's put
did.
that back into the road.
Yeah, because that's part of the grant application.
Right.
You guys got to fill out your
We have the
time.
long
Yeah.
hours,
Yeah.
we love truck hours, equipment
That's
hours,
right.
and man hours.
Right. Okay. So I'll make a motion to put that money into the road fund.
Second.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes. Okay, and public comment? Diane Jones.
Yes, you mentioned JFD Landscapes and their quote of $4,385.67 and noted happily that it was $600 less than last year's contract, which is encouraging. Is it for the same exact services as for last year?
Yep.
Ask a question about the bidding process. How are those bids recorded? And like during the bid opening, is there a public record of all those?
Are we talking about the landscaping thing?
Any, just a general question.
The landscaping's different. That's considered by law to be maintenance. It's not subject to any real bidding requirements. They don't need to be specified or anything like that. That's why we sent out a request for proposals. So we can get an apples to apples comparison. Road work is different. That's a specific set of specifications that came from the engineer's office that competitive bidders have to bid exactly to that. And that's subject to all, well, you saw the paperwork we signed. That's why that's subject to such a thing.
And each of those bidders sees all the bids.
That's
the
right.
Results of all
That's right.
Yeah, those bids are all opened at a public meeting. They're sealed bids. So it's a public meeting. All bids are opened up. They're stated what's in there. They're available for view and they're recorded.
Great. Thank you.
Will the bid specifications be listed on the website as they have been in the past?
Yes. Any questions? Going once, going twice. Okay. I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
John?
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I need to get with you about getting access to the garage so people can look into it.
Sure.
Maybe I'll be in the morning.